Hi, I am Shorty Biscuit and welcome back to my channel. The folks over at MHPOWOS sent me this portable solar panel. It's a 40-watt solar panel to review, and I am going to open it up and tell you why I chose this option and show you how it works. Okay, so there's not much in the package inside the box. It's just the solar panel. It's pretty small. It's probably smaller than my 14-inch MacBook Pro, a little bit bigger than my iPad. So this is the MHPOWOS 40-watt solar panel. And so I guess everything is contained in this little pocket. Inside the pocket, it's a multi-port cable, 2 carabiners, USB-C to USB-C cable, and a manual. So this is the reason why I chose this over the 45 watt. The 40 watt comes with this cable that has 5521 on this end, so 5521 here, a few other DC cords, so multiple DC options, Anderson, and XT60. So I have various power stations and they charge differently. So I have my original power station, it does DC 5521. I have my EcoFlow power stations, they do XT60. So I chose this so that I can use this with any power station or device that I have. So it gave me more options. Today is the first sunny day outside, so I am taking the opportunity to try it out. A very strong Velcro. Okay, so the panel has 4 sections and I don't see any stands in the back here. So there are no stands, so there's no way to get it to stand up by itself. So that might be a little bit problematic. If I were trying to properly angle it on the sun, I'd have to prop it up with something. No biggie, but it does have the 2 holes here, the grommets for the carabiners, so I can hook them somewhere and just let it hang. So I guess off of a backpack, though that is not something I would usually do. But yeah, it is a really nice case and I'm gonna get it plugged in and set up. Inside the case here is where there's the connector. I'll get a zoomed in picture, but there is a USB-A, a USB-C, and the DC connection port. There are no other holes on it. There's also a status light right here where you'd know if it's plugged in and doing something. I have the iPad here. I can check the USB out and see if that does anything. I will be probably connecting it to my EcoFlow power station so that I can see what the output is in a few, but let's see if I can just directly charge my iPad. The USB cable that came with it has Lightning as well as USB-C. I thought it was USB-C to USB-C only, but it's USB-C and Lightning. So if you have one of the older iPhones that uses Lightning, you can also charge it with this cable. I know I'm not going to get the best angle where I am, but I should get some sort of power on the iPad. So I did hear the iPad ding, so it is charging, even though this is not at the optimal angle. I have trees behind me, so nothing to hang it to. I will figure out how to get this propped up and charging on some other devices. I connected a solar angle guide here and it is connected to the trail behind here using USB-C, and currently I'm getting 9 watts and it is still, the sun is still kind of in behind the cloud. So I expect that as the sun, if I were not behind the clouds, I'd get higher. The manual says it's 5, 9, 12 volts at 3.4 amps max out of the USB-A port, and 5, 9, 12, 15 volts at 3 amps max out at the USB-C port. The DC port has an output of 5 amps max. Usually these would be in watts, so you do the calculations. I'm not doing those calculations. But yeah, I'm still seeing 9 watts and I can't look up at the sun because it's bright, but this is an option. I'm going to switch to the DC charging and see what it outputs when I connect it to, say, like one of my EcoFlow River power stations, and I'll see what that output looks like. I have now connected it using the XT60 port into the EcoFlow River 3 Plus power station, and I am currently getting 16, 17 and climbing watts of input into the power station. The sun has moved from behind the clouds temporarily, and I am up to 23 watts of input into the River 3 Plus power station. Ooh, 26 watts. So yeah, it is working. Maximum so far while I've been looking is 26 watts of input, but as long as you have a clear view of the sky, ooh, 27. So it is climbing. As I sit here watching the panel connected to the River 3 Plus, I've seen it go as high as 30 watts of input into the power station. So really and truly, this is a good option if you needed to keep things topped up. You can plug it into your portable battery packs. You can plug it into your power stations if you have them. You can connect your phone directly to it. And I'm getting right now 31 watts, and this is using the XT60 input from the cable. I haven't seen that high of an input via USB-C, but again, I don't expect to. I'm gonna switch it again to the trail and see if, now that the sun has moved clearly out from behind the clouds, if I get any more power. So I have connected it back to the trail, and I've confirmed that when two things are plugged in, it doesn't play very nice. So I'm gonna disconnect the river, and now I'm getting 18 watts of input into the Trail 200 power station. I think at first I saw it said 19. So 2 hours at this input to get it charged from 76% to full. This is a really good option for charging the EcoFlow Trail 200 because the EcoFlow solar panel does not work with the Trail 200. This one does, so I would use this to connect to the EcoFlow Trail series, to my phone, to my laptop, to other things while I use my other solar panels for things that it can work with. I'm going to keep using this. I have lots of places I can take it to. It is small, it is portable, everything fits in it, in the case, in the pocket. And yeah, I do like it. It is nice looking. The only miss on here is that it has no stand, so it's really hard to get it at a proper angle to the sun. Outside of that, it is working pretty well. You know, it would take a long time to charge the power station to full at this wattage. However, it is an option for keeping your phone charged, for keeping your iPad topped up, and giving you some power on your laptop. So multiple uses. Like I said, I chose this because the cable came with lots of different connections. So I can use this panel to charge lots of different items, tablets, phones, power stations. So it's a good option to take on the go, and it is small, it's compact, and everything fits inside of the pocket.